Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Saturday afternoon action on the show. It's the St. Louis Cardinals going up against the New York Mets. Okay, Singy, he's got some extra swagger today after that monster performance in the last game. So much confidence in that swing.
No doubt about it, Boog. He did everything but drive the team bus back to the hotel. Looking forward to seeing if he can ride that wave into this one.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set. Today's starting pitcher, Kodai Senga.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Lars Nootbaar, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Swings through that one for strike 1. Nootbaar with a homer in his last game. Line drive. Lindor throws to first in time. 1 out in the top of the first. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. And Singy, I'm a bit surprised to see this many righties in a lineup against a right-hander.
Yeah, you're not the only one, Boog. I'm a bit surprised as well. And, you know, some hitters work well against same-handed pitching. You know, just back in 2024, Bobby Witt Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Aaron Judge all had higher batting averages against righties than they did against lefties. So maybe they got a plan after all.
Brendan Donovan in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
Hey!
1 out, bases empty. Senga with a stellar run lately on the mound, really carving up lineups.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Some pitchers can go out there and rip off a month or 2 of incredible starts, and right now it looks like he's in one of those grooves. Really fun to watch.
Strike 3, got him with the sweeper. Here's Contreras now. Sat out last night's game, but back in there today. That's in there. 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
No ball,
2 outs, base is empty. Gets a piece and stays alive. Kicks and fires. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. Now the Mets offense will go to work for the first time. No score. Back after this on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. Starting on the mound in this one, it's Sonny Gray.
Been a very solid pitcher throughout his career. ERA around 3.5. What I like is he competes, he stays in the game, and he gives his team an opportunity to win.
Here's Francisco Lindor. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Right through there for a strike. And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. Next offering is fouled back.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does. when you look at the ability to save runs defensively, but then also put runs up on the scoreboard. That's the kind of player that every championship team needs to have.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. That one ripped right center field. Over the bullpen and gone. See you later. That'll fire up the dugout. Home run number 5 on the season, and they jump out front. It's 1-0. He put a charge into that one.
That was a lightning swing right there, no doubt about it. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Here's Juan Soto, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. No question about this one. It's out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. His second homer this series, and they add a run. It's 2-0. That adds another game to his hitting streak, Chris.
Yeah, he's been doing so many things well at the plate and clearly driving the ball with some authority as part of that. He's really dangerous with the bat in his hands right now. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
That one fouled off. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Batting fourth, the third baseman.
And now it's Mark Vientos.
I'm liking what I've seen from him at the dish lately, averaging more than 2 hits per game in his last 5.
Drilled out towards left center field. Back there. Makes the catch up against the wall. Here's a Mets lineup now. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better.
Here's a drive out to right center. Way back there. Look out. Gone. Their 3rd home run of the inning, and they boost their lead. It's 3-0. Singy, he's got a nice hitting streak going, and he extends it another game with that swing.
So locked in right now, Boog, and clearly it's not like he's just stringing singles together during this streak. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there, patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
So digging in, Francisco Alvarez. And there's a foul ball. Two gone, bases empty, but 3 runs across here in game 3 of this 4-game series. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and that'll fall for a base hit.
Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Man at first, Jeff McNeil up now for the Mets.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately. Owns a 10-game hitting streak right now, and this is where it starts.
Makes a nice running catch. And that's the inning. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. 1 inning in the books here. It's the Mets 3 and the Cardinals nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's Nolan Arenado. One of the best in the game against right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, that's another story. Singy, is this more common today? Guys really only succeeding against pitchers throwing from a specific side?
I think it's because you just don't get a very long trial period anymore. I mean, with the analytics and the numbers, teams are looking for instant success with the lineups that they construct. So if you don't figure it out quickly against certain types of pitchers, you're just not going to get those opportunities.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Late cutting action to get the swing and miss right there. I mean, that's just really hard to account for as a hitter when you're seeing the fastball all the way, and then just at the last moment, it darts away from you and you can't reach it. That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
On the ground, and that's just foul. This to third, and it stays fair.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on a pitch like he did right there.
Herrera at first, 1 gone. Next offering is fouled back. To first, maybe a 2-ball. Lindor, that's 1. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Mets 3 and the Cardinals nothing. And we're back. Bottom half of inning number 2. So now here's the Mets DH. Starling Marte. Gray back to work. And first offering is fouled off. Marte, a multi-Gold Glove Award winner, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he's usually in the outfield. Today he's the DH. Swings through that one. On the ground to third, Arenado. To first, Marte retired.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, Jose Siri.
And now it's Jose Siri. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone?
0-1.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
Boom, that's staying within his game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now he's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing what guys like this can do to disrupt the game once they get in a position to do so.
Lindor.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Sneaks through, base hit. And now 2 aboard.
He was all over that one. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not what you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it, Crazy.
So up next, Juan Soto. He's already homered here in this one. Out towards left center. He's got it. The throw in. And they almost caught him, but he's back in time.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Here's Pete Alonso. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Swing and a foul out of play. 2 aboard, 2 outs. In the air, left side. Donovan brings it in, and that'll do it. 2 left for the Mets, but they lead it 3-0. Back here in Queens, out of the 3rd inning. Now up for St. Louis, Mason Wynn. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Got it. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
No, that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
And it's fouled away. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Batting ninth, the second baseman,
2 down, base is
Michael
empty.
Hellman.
And up next for St. Louis, Michael Hellman. Foul ball. Tapped in front of the plate. Not in time to get him, and the tapper turns into an infield single.
With 2 outs, you just want to find a way to keep the line moving for the next guy. So an infield single right there does the job. Nicely done, just putting it in play and getting down to first to keep this inning alive. You never know what might come next as a result.
Nootbaar in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Hellman off of first with 2 away. Swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. The Cards leave 1. They trail it here 3-0. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Baseman, Vientos.
Here's a rocket out to left. 1 down.
Clearly ready to hit right there. First pitch of the inning hits a bullet, and it just is one of those bad luck ABs.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. He's already homered in this game. He swings and fouls one off. 0-1 down. Tap foul at the plate.
Got to be careful here. This is the type of hitter that can punish you even with pitches outside the zone.
Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. So a man aboard now with one away. So up next for New York, Francisco Alvarez. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And first offering is fouled off. Man at first, one away. Next offering is fouled back. Hammered on a line to the left, base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
Back-to-back base hits. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
And now here's Jeff McNeil. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Boog, it looks like somebody missed the swing sign. That's the first pitch this team's taken for a ball all game long.
Next offering is fouled back. One out. Runners at first and second. Hit hard, base hit. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only one away. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Here's Starling Marte. Swinging a foul straight back. And that drops in for a strike. Bases loaded, one away here in the last half of the third. Hammered, base hit. One run across. The throw to third.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Sonny Gray will depart, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. New pitcher for the Cardinals, Michael McGreevy, ready to make his season debut. Jose Siri up now for the Mets. Reached on an infield single his first time. Ball one there.
Counts 1-0.
McNeil on third. Marte at first. One gone. That one misses. And now 2-0.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Hit on the ground, might be two. Feed to second, that's one. And that's quick work out of the pen. One batter, two outs, inning over. So 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left. On to inning number 4. It's the Mets 5 and the Cardinals nothing. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the left fielder, Brendan Donovan.
Brendan Donovan.
And that one clips the corner.
You know, these Cardinals, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
And down on strikes he goes. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. Here comes Wilson Contreras. Struck out swinging his first time. And he hits a ground ball right side and foul ball. The 0-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Just absolutely rolling on the mound. He's looking very much on his game in the early parts of this one, Boog. Fully on the attack with these hitters.
That's 7 strikeouts already, so he's got a good pace going, no doubt. Arenado, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1.
Hey, 7 straight strikes to start the frame. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
Right through there for a strike.
All right, there's number 8, 1 away.
2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Man, so close to the immaculate inning as that foul ball spoils it. He's pounding the zone right now, though.
Gonna count 1 and 2.
Got close to the immaculate inning, and he just couldn't find the zone right there. When you think about it, 9 straight strikes, so tough to do.
That's the 3rd. Bounces it to first, but he digs it out, and the inning is over. Offense held in check there, and midway in the 4th, it's the Mets 5 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here at Citi Field, John Chambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Francisco Lindor. There's a swing and a drive. And that one is off the wall. Now a relay to second. Safe at second with a double. 3rd hit for him this afternoon. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Juan Soto now at the plate. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, these Mets putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. 5 of their hits have come from at-bats where they were behind in the count, so they're really battling up there.
To the right side. But that rolls foul.
And even if they don't want to make it a habit of falling behind, they're doing a great job of making the most out of it. I think that's contagious throughout the lineup.
Right side, hard hit. Slings to first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Now batting, first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Here's some real power at the plate. Pete Alonso, 0 for 2 in this one. That one is absolutely belted. Walker ranging back. And that one is out of here. He'll touch them all. His 13th home run of the season, and they add a couple more. It's 7-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Base is empty, 1 away. And now Mark Vientos. And a foul ball. Still only one out here in the inning. Smoked on the ground to second. On to first. Got him.
The left fielder, number 9, Brandon.
2 outs, base is empty. Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. That one ripped. If one hops off the wall, should be extra bases. And that's a 2-out double. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. He's 2 for 2. That one laced to center and a base hit. The throw in. Save. In comes the run from second. And it's an 8-run lead.
Comes through with the RBI. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Jeff McNeil stands in. First offering, and it just misses. Ground ball up the middle. Jump throw across his body. It's there, and that's a great play. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We've played 4. It's the Mets 8 and the Cardinals nothing. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Are we on script?
Never.
All right, Senga, you've tightened up the hairdo, but back when you played, how valuable was it to have a barber in the clubhouse?
Well, Boog, I'm going to say invaluable. That's how valuable that it was, because I was the barber. Yes, I was the team barber, man. I'd be cutting hair 7:05 game. I'd be finishing cutting someone's hair at 6:45.
Whoa.
And I'd ask these guys, you're making millions of dollars. Why can't you go to a stylist and get your hair done? You're coming to the clubhouse pressuring me to cut your hair before a game.
The 0-2. Outside.
Nope, outside.
Would they pay you?
No, absolutely not. Not even a meal on the road. So I think it's great now that most of these teams have professional barbers that come in and make them look fresh before the games.
3.
And down on strikes. Strikeout number 8.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Walker stands in now and watches strike 1. Scale of 1 to 10, how good a barber were you?
For a non-professional, I'd say I was probably a 7. But if I was comparing to professionals, I'd be like a 3.
Oh, can't get out of the way of the fastball, and that's going to sting.
Now batting.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Mason Wynn. He's 0 for 1.
I'll never forget the time that I cut Jose Canseco's hair. He had a pretty big melon, Boog. And
big dome?
It took a while.
Yeah.
There's a little pressure there, too, because he had a big date that night, and he wanted me to make sure that everything looked good.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a big guy, too. I didn't want him to hurt me.
Yeah, he's large. And a pop-off, right side, foul territory. Alonso hauls it in, 2 away.
The batter, the designated hitter, Pedro Pajes.
Pedro Pajes, the next to hit. Pajes, in his 2nd season, 26 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2019.
This guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
One ball.
Walker
Two
off
strikes.
of first with 2 away. That's to third. Vientos. They get the force, and that is the inning. Still nothing on the scoreboard for them after 5. It's the Mets 8 and the Cardinals nothing.
Now pitching.
Back now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, Tank Hence.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Starling Marte up to hit.
For the designated hitter, Starling Marte.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
Well, these Mets, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. Everything seems to be clicking, and the 6 extra base hits in the game kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're not getting fooled up there at all.
That's out to center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One
now
away.
batting, the center fielder, Jose Siri.
Here's the center fielder, Jose Siri. 1 for 2. And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Outside. And the count is 1-1. Movement in the bullpen. Kyle Leahy getting ready to go. That one missed.
Down.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is 2-2. And that's a strikeout. Mike Fillmore says he went around. Back to the top of the Mets order. Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets.
It may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
The shortstop takes the ball. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Swing and a ground ball, and that's a foul ball. Up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Swung on, belted. That one's carrying. And that is gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add to the lead. It's 9-0. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at-bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
And next for the Mets, Juan Soto. And that one is inside ball 1. Two outs. That misses. Ball 2.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
In the air, left field, down the line. This one could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in, but he's in there easily. Man at second here with 2 away. Pete Alonso will hit next.
Alonso.
a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Well, strike one is so
0-1.
critical in a bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And that is the third out of the inning. Another look at the long ball from Francisco Lindor. It's now 9-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Senga back to work. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Now batting, the right fielder.
So the batting order turns over. Lars Nootbaar getting ready to hit.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
And that is out of play. This one lifted in the air, left field.
The left fielder, number 33.
Brendan Donovan. Next up for the Cardinals. And he can't come up with it. Still manages a throw. The throw comes in too late, and now they have runners at the corners.
Now batting, the first baseman, Wilson.
One away, runners at first and third. And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Just missed. Upstairs.
Struggled a little bit in this one. A couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
That clips the corner. Swing and a miss.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
On the ground, 2-ball. Off balance feed, there's one. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Mets 9 and the Cardinals nothing. And we're back. Here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos. Hit hard on the ground to short. Tosses to first. And that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th.
The left fielder, number 9, Brandon.
And stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo. 3 for 3 with a single, a double, and a triple, so he just needs a homer for the cycle. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back there. Into the bullpen and gone. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they add to their lead. It's 10-0. Singing, he's been red hot.
Yeah, another big swing of the bat for him. Man, he is really seeing the ball well in this one. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
Francisco Alvarez digs in now. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
0-1's the count.
Fly ball down the line. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
The batter, number 1, second baseman, Jeff
Jeff McNeil now at the plate. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch. One scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. It's now 10-zip. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the seventh. There's Nolan Arenado. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Hard hit left side. Sends it across to first. And a quick out, number one. Here's the catcher, Ivan Herrera. Not
Ball
close
one, no
with
strike.
that one, and it's 1-0. Up the middle, Lindor sends it to first, and 2 away to start the seventh.
Now batting, the center fielder, Jordan Walker.
And now the center fielder, Jordan Walker. That one outside.
That ball went out.
Ball one.
Now this manager knows that his players are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
Fastball for a strike.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this
Ball, one
series.
strike.
Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Hard ground ball, base knock. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, the last 10 games or so have
Now
been
batting,
anything but fun at the plate for him,
Nathan
so that one has to feel
Wynn.
good. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Win.
Ball match
Up for the
outside.
third time here. Watches that one miss. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
1-1.
Right through there for a strike. Goes down swinging. Kodai Senga picks up the strikeout. So one left for the Cardinals. They're down 10-0.
Now pitching for
We're
St.
back in a
Louis.
new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Kyle Leahy. He last pitched 2 days ago. And now Starling Marte. Just
inside.
missed. Ground ball right side. Tosses to first. One up, one down.
Now batting, the center fielder, Jose.
And now Jose Siri, 1 for 3. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. That one the other way. Hellman in plenty of time to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those two he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dip.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Walker gets under it. Makes the catch, inning over. So they make short work of him there. 8th inning coming up. It's the Mets 10 and the Cardinals nothing. ready to begin the
Leading off
eighth.
for the
And
Cardinals,
now the DH,
designated
Pedro
hitter,
Pages.
Pedro Pages.
And a foul ball. This one in the air, right field. Soto hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, second baseman, Michael Hellman.
Michael Hellman next up for the Cardinals. And that drops in for a strike. The Cardinals with a lot of ground to make up, and we're in the top of the eighth. And the sweeper misses for a ball. And a big swing and a miss.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
Now a fly ball to right center. Series sizing it up. But it's the right fielder that gets there to make the catch. And there are two outs.
The right fielder.
And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Lars Nootbaar. Line drive, and that's a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Now batting, left fielder, Brendan.
Now the left fielder,
Donovan.
Brendan Donovan. In there at the knees, and it's 0-1. Nootbaar leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Fouled off to the right. Fights it off. He'll see another. Strike 3 struck him out for the 3rd time today. The Cards leave one. Not looking good. They're down 10-0. On to the bottom of the 8th. And now the right fielder, Juan Soto.
Juan Soto.
Walker flashes the leather on the running catch.
That was just a great jump and
Now
route to the
batting,
ball.
the
Well, it
first
had to
baseman.
be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
In the air out towards right center. Nootbaar on the move. Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, the third baseman, Mark.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Mark Vientos. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Strike 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that
Now
bat,
batting,
battling
left
with 2
fielder,
strikes.
Brandon
Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked
Nimmo.
that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
Next to hit, Brandon Nimmo. Yeah, that's fouled off. Liner, and this could be trouble. Lead runner around second. Vientos around third. The relay throw. So up next for New York, Francisco Alvarez. That's in for a strike.
0-1.
And that one missing low. And that one fouled off.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
And a rope into center field, base hit. Coming home. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and the lead continues to grow.
Well done. Drives in the run. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
So a man aboard, Jeff McNeil, up now for the Mets. Alvarez, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swing and a ball line to center. Makes the grab, and that is that. Looks like he's heading back out for the 9th as he'll go for the shutout when we get back. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Wilson, Contreras.
Senga back to work. Just missed.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. It's just something about that 9th inning. For being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
So now it's Nolan Arenado. Base hit center field.
The key there, tracking the baseball all the way back through the hitting zone, allows you to hit a ball right back up the box like that.
Herrera.
And the batter now, Ivan Herrera. That clips a corner. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. The Mets up big in this one. Here at the top of the 9th. And a swing and a miss.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That's off the mark, and it's 2-2. Got him looking, and they're down to their last out. Now up for St. Louis, Jordan Walker. And first offering is fouled off. Fought off foul.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does, and you're tied up.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in his
ground ball, and this should do it. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game.
It has become increasingly difficult to throw a complete game shutout because of all of the offensive prowess that these hitters are showing around the league today. But he had total command of this game, and he saw it all the way through to the end. Nice win.
12-0 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.